Good afternoon to you all. Today we are going to see something about SLA, Service Level Agreement. This SLA is something which is part of it uh, between the user or a organization and cloud cloud service provider. We call this as SLA. The agreement between these two is called as SLA, Service Level Agreement. Contain two parties which state the detailed resources, performance, and they should be offered. SLA typically consists of matrix. What do you mean by matrix? How we are going to measure it? Measure, measure the resources, which include memory size, CPU, storage, network bandwidth, system uptime, packet loss, and everything. For a small instance, which I have taken an example, Amazon EC services, which I have created, or which is given on that one, it's 1.7 GB memory, and I have this one of capacity, speed of my computer, and then I have got 1.6 GB instant storage. How I use how I use this one, and when I use this one, what time I use this one. Based on this one, it has been calculated, and based on this one, the amount the billing is being done. A small example which I have taken into consideration. Now, typically, SLA consists of this one: introduction part. What does the agreement purpose? What does it says? What are the agreement it has? A service description is what services the SLA supports, and detail of the services. What are the what the cloud is providing to you, and what are the services it is going to you, detail of it, mutual responsibility, who is responsible for what services, scope of a SLA, how far we can go, what are the things we can able to see in that part, applications, as I told you, hourly basis, what time service is available according to your requirement, according to the client requirement and everything. And then there is a reliability, yes, and then customer support arrangement, contract point, escalation, and communication matrix, service performance, security, cost, another parts. These are the things which are there in SLA. I have just taken a few points. There is a book on this one, but on about 100 pages on Amazon Web Services about SLA. But we are not going to see what are the things and other things. We are going to just see the curriculum according to your curriculum of that one. So these are the major points, and it has already got 5 stages. We have modified that 5 stages, or I have modified, or according to the AWS, the notes which I have there provided, we have modified the diagram according to the requirements. These are the 5 stages which they have mentioned. SLA have five stages: negotiable, provision, monitoring, assessment, termination. Now, at one stage, if you want to assess it and you want to add it, how you are going to add it? So, based on this one, we have assessed it. Then we need to add something. Correct? We can go here or add to it. We can go here. We can add it, or we can add new services, then we can negotiate or we can go provision. And something at a given time we just need to add. We don't want to negotiate. We just add here at this point: provision, monitoring, assessment, and termination. So this is add or remove services. So, based on this one, there are about 5 stages, but there's an arrow mark which goes up. There is a negotiable, provisions, monitor, assessment, and termination. Before assessment, you need to add more services. Fine, you go up. You need to, and you when you add it, then you need to negotiate that process. These are going to add it if you want it or nothing. Or sometimes what will happen? We just need to add the services in order to run our system. So we don't need to negotiate, and then there are something that we need to remove that instant. So at that point, we need to remove it. Then we is sometimes we need to negotiate why you're going to remove it, what are the harm it is going to give our services, or simply just we remove it, monitor, assess, and terminate. These are the 5 stated of SLA. Cloud balancing, but there is one more thing which I need to discuss here. Yes. This is what are the services which are provided in yes, requirement respect to cloud delivery, SLA requirement. We have got what you call data description. It is available. Uh, um, it is available in PaaS and in IaaS, and in SaaS it is not available. In order to know the differences of IaaS, PaaS, and IaaS, please refer to my previous videos. Privacy, it is available in all. Data retention and deletion, it's not available in PaaS, but it is available in so and so services. Hardware destruction and store, and it's not available in PaaS, but it's available in both the purposes. Regulatory compliance is available in all the three. Transparency, it's available in all the three. Certification is already available in all the three. Termination for key performance indicators, it's not available in past, but it is available in all the two. Matrix is available because we need to calculate that one based on that one. Are it available? Yes, it is available on this one. Monitoring, these are the points. It's available in all the three points. Machine reusable SLA. If you want to use that in some other purposes, which is not available in PaaS, which is not available in IaaS, but it is available in IaaS. So these are the points which we are going to see it. Let me go through it. I'll just service it. Just one second, please. Yes, we are going to see this part. We are going to just modify it. So these are the services SLA respect to clouds delivery requirement with cloud data description. It is available. It is available. It is available in this one. And then we see privacy. It is available in both the retention and deletion. It's not available in past, but it is available in both the. This table is very important, which I tried of copying this in the slide, but unfortunately it's not able to do. When I give the note, I'll probably just add this one. Data redundancy and deletion, it is not available in past, but it is available in as and past. Hardware, you cannot do it because PaaS is something which is normally, and as SaaS are there, transparent. The only thing is that termination is not available, and then there is one machine reusability. We cannot be done on this two part, but everything is available in as. There are few properties which are not available in as, few properties which are not available in as, but everything is available in as. So please, I'll be adding this one. These are the transparency or requirement with respect to SL. These are the things which should be available in SLA report. These are the things which need to be seen. Now coming to other part of it, load balancing. What do you mean by load balancing? Which is a very high configured things. What do you mean by load balancing? A load balancing is defined as a method of splitting your workload and computing properties in cloud computing. It enables enterprise manage the work depending upon their requirement. Depending upon the requirement, resource, numerous computers, network, and everything. Based on that one, they are going to do. A traffic on an internet grows rapidly, which is 100% annually at present. Hence, the workload or server growing is fast, which lead to overloading of the services. What happens is that when you have, as I told you in my previous classes, a big bazaar or a big bazaar which is having it, or we see a DMAT which is using a cloud services, but on Saturday and Sunday they have about 3,000 customers, an average of 3,000 customers are coming up. But on Monday to Thursday, they had about, let's take an example of 1,200 customers coming up. So on Saturday this should be more. So I must use my resources and everything more. So let's take example, if I'm using about 10 computers or 10 instant, I can go for 15 or 20, I can do 20. But on these days, I need to reduce I can go for 8 or something like that. So particular day we need to on Saturday, I can able to increase my workload at so this is what decreases. This is what load balancing says that. Hence, the workload on the server grows and fast, which lead to overloading of the service, mainly for popular websites. Popular websites are, it's, I just give you an example for the Big Bazaar or a popular website also like for Amazon, which says that there is a sale on particular days. Sales on coming tomorrow, that is our 6th and 7th. There is a sale and discount on 50%. I'm using normally uh, uh, website is using about 100 CPU capacity of. But on these days, we know that it's going to be very hit, flip flop or something like that. So I need to have about 3 to 400 CPU capacity or speed instant should be available to me. So what I do at this particular days on 5 and 6, I increase my workload and the next days I'll decrease it. So based on that one, we need to have it. There are two element solution to overcome the problems. Single server solution which serve it's upgrading higher performance servers. So we can go for a higher performance server. Our new server sometimes it will take overload again upgradation process again upgradation process. Now if I have a server capacity low, then I move on to the next one again, I move on to next one again, I move on. So it's based on second is that scalable services cluster, we need to build a cluster based on that one. This is what the load balancing is on a particular website or a demand or something like that which I take up on a particular days. Let's say example I've already given you as a flip flop that tomorrow and after tomorrow they have a sale of 50% on the website and it's been given on so and so publicity, huge publicity. So they know that the customer is want to come down to the website and the service should be available for the customer. So they increase their capacity of workload. On the next, after 7, they have to decrease the capacity of that one. This is what. Then the load balancing solution can be categorized into two. Software based. So we have, let's take example, LBC. We take it as into software and hardware. Correct? Software and hardware. Software-based load balancing runs standard hard disk, PCs, and standard operating system. That is your software. We increase that one. Then hardware, what is that? We hardware bases indicated include what is this? Particularly like network traffic and the frequent use of transport layer load balancing because of hardware base. We are going to see that which layer. There are something like that. Which layer is responsible for which SOSI model, which layer is responsible for this type of services, which include application specified integration for this level, application integration for this one, adopted but ASI allow high speed performance network traffic for network, frequent use transport level load balancing, because we have network traffic, we have transport layer balancing and other things, which we have to see. It's clearly mentioned on the other things. Probably when I go for other things, courses, I can able to explain you which module or which OSI reference module layer is responsible for which load balancing, for network load balancing, for transport layer balancing, for protocol, I mean, packets, fast transferring, which level, which transport layer module. There are 7 OSI reference module layers, which layer is responsible for which and how you're going to modify it. I think so probably in my next slide, I've already specified, but let me see if I can able to see that one. Then if you see this, I have taken it from AWS Web Services website, the module of AWS Elastic Cloud Balancing. And there are two things which can able to see. How can you able to see it practically? It's Elastic Load Balancing and AWS CloudWatch. Load balancing is done by Elastic Load Balancing, and what it has done and how it is managed, how it is watched or how it is paid. Oh, sorry. How it is paid is done by AWS CloudWatch. So elastic load balancing is done by the load balancing. So distributed coming from these are the distributed coming from that elastic load balancing. So it goes for EC2 instance, it goes for containers, it goes for IP addresses, it goes for Lambda function. We will see later. This is not a part of our syllabus. This is also not a part of the syllabus. But I'm going to show you what do you mean by container EC2 instance, which already there. I'll show you when we run the what do you call practical, which is not there for you. But I'll show you what is EC2 instance. distributing among the application network traffic across multiple target in a single availability zone. In a zone, suppose if I am Hyderabad, I can able to distribute in Hyderabad, or I can able to distribute in Hyderabad as well as Mumbai. Availability zone or across multiple availability zone. Scale your load balancing air traffic, your application change over time. Is changed over time. Yes, we have elastic. If you just need to have a component in between your website or something like that, elastic load balancer based on your requirement, it will just do it. It can do go for the EC2, it will EC2, it will go to the container, it will go to the IP address, it will go to the LAN. Let's move on to what do you mean by container. Because I just told you that I'm going to explain you what do you mean by container. I'm going to explain you what do you mean by Docker, because container is in touch with Docker. If you want to know Docker, you must know what do you mean by containers. So if you want to know containers, you must be know what do you mean by Docker, which has already taken for AWS Academy. Container is a method of operating visualization. We have a virtual machine. We have a virtual machine, correct? Which do every part. Now let's divide that virtual machine into parts independently. And there is a manager which looks into it. We call this as container, which is independent. Correct? Which is independent. So you have a dependency, reliability, operating visualization. For an example, you have a word. Correct? You have a word. You can use everything on a word process. For spell check, there is other process. We call it that one container. For auditing or modifying this one, which is independent of your word, we call it as one container. For paragraphing, tabling, and everything, we call it as a container. But they are managed by word, but they are different entities. The same thing here also, container is one thing. Container is the method of operating system visualization, which is independent. Repeatable, yes, it is repeatable. Self-controller, software can run the same in different environment. Develop a laptop text and a faster and large. Dependency, configuration, hook. Your container contains these are the things. Application, there is an application. Yes, you have to depend and configure. You can a simple example is that you just want to increase your font. You just go to that app and you just increase the font. But it is also dependent on your application. If the word is open, then only you can do this part. This is part of a container. This is container. Let's move on to this one. The next class. What is Docker? Docker is nothing but this is my container. Docker is a software platform that enables you to build a test and deploy application quickly. You can run container on Docker. Container are created from a template called image. This is my container. I can put on this one. I can run it. Because a Docker is, we have got library, we have system tools, code, runtime, and everything. These are the things available in a Docker. So if I have one Docker, I can place an n number of container on this one. I can able to run this one. If you see your virtual machine, you have got only one and you have to run it. So this is one Docker available. A container has everything and software application need to run it. It has got everything, but it need to have environment. That Docker provides that on environment. This is called a Docker. And if you see here the example which I have taken a diagram, this virtual machine, three virtual machine on EC2. This is one, this is two, this is three. This is our hyper version, which I have already told you, and host operating system, physical layer. These are the things. This is one, this is one, this is one, this is the Docker. EC2 instant gets. This is there. So I can run this one, this one, this one. This I can add few more here. But here there is a EC2 instant gets and Docker. This will able to help 3 or 4 machine at simultaneously. Here a difference is 3 virtual machine on 3 EC2 instant. Here there is only one EC2 instant. I am using 3 containers with the help of a Docker. Just a 3 example, I have 3 virtual machine on 3 EC2 instant. I have got 3 containers on one EC2 instant. So what is that? One EC2 instant, 3 containers which I have done it, and there is a Docker which is able to run this one. So I can have 3, I can have 5, I can have 7 on one instant. Whereas each instant contains one virtual machine, and that workload is different. So in order to have it, the normal now at the moment is that we are going with the help of a containers and Dockers. The example of container is already told you. What do you mean by Docker is already been told you. These are the things which are very important. Let's move on to other one. Example. And then how the load balancing works. When with application load balancing and network load balancing is that load balancing, this is my AWS cloud and region and availability zone. This is one availability zone, and the services are coming. These are the users which are coming to me. And then what happened? This is availability. The listener. What is that listener? Listener check the connection request. This is the part we check the connection. It is right or not to the target. Yes, and availability is that this is there, this is available. Transfer that one. Now, if they load balancing route traffic only to the healthy target, these are called as healthy target. Remember one thing. And this is not called not healthy target. So in zone 2 also listener will do it the part, but it will transfer it to the healthy target. So we can have n number of targets, we can remove that number of target depending upon your requirement. Unhealthy target means we have removed it. So this is with classic load balance, your register intent will lead to the load balancing. These are the parts of your load balancing. I'll stop here. We'll see you in our next class. Thank you very much.